Good evening. Welcome. Happy Wednesday. Happy middle of the week. Happy middle of whatever is going on in your life. I'm Dr. Marlene Morris, and my intention here at Spirit Central is that if you need a little lift, if you need a little more faith, if you need a better understanding of your relationship with Spirit, well, that's why I'm here. And you are always welcome to join me and those who hang around with me. I like to think that this is a kind of spiritual clinic that will help you feel better if you're feeling bad, and will help you feel even better if you're already feeling fine, and we can function as a spiritual urgent care if that happens to be what you need in any given moment. If you've been hanging around for a while, you already know the answer, but for those who may be new to this, I'm often asked, since we are obviously non-traditional, do we believe in God? And the answer is an unqualified yes. So then the next question is very often, so what else is it that you believe? So here's the answer to that in a nutshell. We believe that there is a creative, motivating power in the universe and beyond. Call it God, call it Allah, call it Jesus, call it Freddy, call it what you will. It answers to 1,000 names, and it doesn't seem to care what it is called. But it is the intelligence and the activity and the power and the love back of all creation. And it is the higher life within each one of us. And when we realize that, we can direct it to heal our lives and our world through our belief. So now you know. To set the tone for the evening, I'd like to go straight into what I'm going to talk about tonight. So if you don't mind holding on to your thoughts and comments for just a little longer, I'll just jump in and do this, and then we can talk about it or your life or anything you choose when the talk is over. So if you'll just bear with me for a moment. I'd like to quote Edwin Markham, who once wrote, "He drew a circle that shut me out. Heretic, rebel, a thing to flout. But love and I had the wit to win. We drew a circle and took him in." It occurs to me that there is a circle of sorts within which our lives are contained. Technically, it's not actually a circle. There's no outside edge, unless we insist upon it. And all that is within it is spirit. Creation, God, life. Call it what you will. Periodically, someone, a prophet or a messiah or a spokesperson of some sort, comes along. And if we like what they have to say, we tend to want to draw a circle around them and make gods or demigods, if you will, of them. But if they really are what they proclaim themselves to be, if they really are truthful and genuine, authentic, it seems that they, the legitimate ones, are all agreed on one thing: that there exists something greater in our lives, in our world, in our universe, something responsible for the whole of creation, something to which they and we owe allegiance and attention. And for the most part, they all agree that it is not to be found in the stuff of the world. not low here or low there, but at the center of our own being. God is in the kingdom, we're told, and the kingdom is within. In the interest of transparency, I must admit I'm not the first to have said that. We all start out centered in our individual circles. Baby cries and expects a response from its universe, its parents. And generally, its universe responds. Are you safe? Are you comfortable? What do you need? What can I do to make your life better? And with any luck at all, it continues that way for a while. But then we get pulled off center. The response suddenly isn't what we expected or needed or wanted. Or there was no human response. And after a while, that is what we come to look for and expect. Or we wander off center, all by ourselves, no help needed. There are diversions, of course. We fall in love, we get sidetracked, and being sidetracked, we get into habits and patterns and maybe even addictions that just don't serve us. Our attention is no longer centered as it once was in the larger circle of our life. We have created smaller circles. We have expectations and responsibilities, home, job, family, health, bills, and we get caught up in the smaller circle of necessities that have, well, garnered most of our attention. Please note, I'm not saying that it's all bad out there in the little circles. Some of it even feels pretty good. But if we get too caught up in the little circles, we lose something. There's rarely a lasting sense of joy or fulfillment. We keep saying, is this all there is once we've got it? And then we reach for something else. There's always the feeling that something is missing. And something is. Something really big. Because in exchange for the seeming comforts and safety of the little circles we have moved into, we have forfeited our right to the greatest benefit of the larger circle. We have forfeited our right to an unlimited life. There is a bigger picture I'd like you to see. Close your eyes, if you would, for a moment. And let me take you there. Now imagine that you, the divine being, the child of creation that you really are, imagine that you are standing on a platform at the center of the universe. All around you now, stars, planets, and comets, the vast expanse of space. And no matter which way you turn, all that there is that. Yes, from one perspective you can see the earth, and it's beautiful. From another perspective you can see into the farthest reaches of the galaxy. And from yet another you can watch a new star being born, or an old star dying. But still, all that you are looking at, no matter which way you turn, is the universe. The one song. And you, at the very center on your platform, are part of it all. As much a part of it as any star or comet or sun or moon. It is all one. The universe, the one song, the one life of spirit, endless, unlimited, infinite. And be advised, spirit is more than all that you can see, even from your platform at the center of the universe. Just as a creator is always more than its creation, spirit is more than all you can see, more vast and unlimited than anything that any of us can see or even imagine. Okay, now bring your attention back here. It's nice out there, isn't it? And know this, there is a platform at the center of your universe. And the platform is your life. Centered in spirit, you are in a position to see it all. The unlimited, the infinite possibilities. The beauty without end, the love that is deeper than anything you can imagine. But if you are overly focused on a single small circle or a single challenge, then you are pulled off center. You lose track of the greater truth and you could easily get lost in space. When our attention is too focused on the little circles, it's easy to misunderstand. It's easy to start seeing the small circle as a very large problem, to see it as a failure, an enemy, a shame. Too close to the little things, we lose perspective. And losing perspective, we make mistakes. We make errors in judgment. We make unwise choices. We see what is small and passing as huge and permanent. When we are off center, gravity sets in. Things tend to start looking pretty grave. And then our gravity consciousness pulls the thing we are focused on, the thing we feared, right to us. Puts it right in our face. And tangled in that which we have drawn to ourselves, we lose our perspective even more. We fail to see that whatever this is, it is not the all. That this too is simply a small part of the larger circle. An event that came to pass, not to stay. It is part of our life in spirit. And so it, no matter what it may look like in the moment, well, the larger truth is that it is just as filled with power and creativity and unlimited possibility, but we may have to look beyond it to see that. And we look beyond it by going back to center. We have to go back to center. For when we go back to center, to our spiritual center, our vision expands. And we can see the wholeness and the possibility in every circumstance. Look, I'm not saying don't focus on your goals or on the job at hand. Of course you have to focus on those to some extent. I am saying stand in the center and view your life from all of its circles from the perspective of spirit-centeredness. Things look different there. Things look different then. The questions change. Instead of, why me? Why this? How can I fix what is wrong? The questions get clearer. The possibilities expand. Consider this, that from the perspective of Spirit, of God, of the creator of all of creation, at the center of your universe, from the awareness that all that you are looking at is that, the question becomes not, why this, or why me, but rather, what is this then, if this is truly Spirit? And having asked the question, we wait for the answer. What new creation, what new opportunity lies within this? What new way do I have of seeing, of being, of acting, of thinking? What other choices do I have that I may not have seen before? What unexpected glory may abide in this circle within the circle of Spirit as the center of my life? See, it's not just how can I see this differently, although that's always a good question, but how in God is this different than I have been seeing it? And how from my solid center now in Spirit, coming from God to God, how can I now respond and make this something I could not even have imagined it might have been? Remember, from the center to the circumference, all is one. Nothing is left out. Nothing can be left out if all that there is God. When we are off-center, the little circles become our demons. But when you turn your primary attention away from them, when you say to them, "Get thee behind me," your attention automatically returns to center or toward the circumference. And when you remember that the center and the circumference are one and the same, and the very thought puts you back to the center automatically, and you are automatically facing a greater reality. We need to get some distance. Oh, not from Spirit, but from the smaller circles in our lives. And to get to it, you have to head for it. You have to choose to turn to it. You have to choose to focus on it. And you have to trust it. It being Spirit. So where's your attention? Where's your center? What are your thoughts centered on yesterday, today, right now? Are you focused on Spirit, on the center of your being, the center of everything, or are you out there someplace riding one of those little circles? Get back to center. When you are off center, you have what? Some stuff, no stuff, lots of stuff. When you are centered, you have it all, and it is all good. Whatever the challenge may seem to be, however beguiling or demanding the smaller circle may seem in the moment, whatever it is, the whole is greater than any one of its parts. Spirit can master it. Spirit can enlarge it if it needs to be enlarged, or diminish it if it needs to be diminished. Spirit can handle it. And Spirit will do all that in you, as you, through you. when you're centered. So how big are you willing to let Spirit be in your life? Stand centered in Spirit, and you will know that whichever way you turn, no matter what you are looking at, it's God's work, and it is good. Centered in Spirit, we gain strength, we gain wisdom, we manifest courage. The psalmist tells us that we are like a tree planted by streams of holy water, a tree that yields its fruit in its season, and its leaf does not wither. And in all that we do, we prosper. In all that we do. Let us take our stand, not on the edges nor on the fringes of our lives, but at the center and in Spirit. Whatever is going on, our job is to remember it is all God, from center to circumference. And it's all good. But you say that's the hard part. When this happens, or when that happens, when the going gets rough. My friends, we've got to quit making excuses. God is busy being everything. To you, for the world. Your job is to remember that. It's your only real job. Spirit will handle the rest. That's what Spirit does. And your talents and opinions will be called upon when and if needed. To borrow again from the psalmist, let us stand centered in our awareness that God really is all that there is. No matter where we are, no matter what we are looking at, God, Spirit, is our refuge and strength, our very present help in trouble. And therefore, we will not fear. Though the earth change, though the mountains shake, though the waters roar and foam, I love the words. There is a place of wisdom and peace within each one of us. A centered place of spiritual power. A river whose streams make glad the city of God. The holy habitation of the Most High. God is in the midst of her, and she shall not be moved. You know, it's one thing to feel that this must all be true. It's another thing to rationalize that it must or may be true. But it's quite another thing to believe and live in accordance with that belief. But that's our job. All the promises, all the pretty words, are contingent upon your believing in them. That's your job. To believe. To take the promises and pretty words and incorporate them into your belief system so that they are no longer just promises but realities. God is in the midst of you, and you shall not be moved. If you are willing and if you are ready, I ask you to pray with me. God is all there is. All I see, no matter where I am, no matter what I am looking at. God is my refuge and my strength, my very present help in trouble. Therefore, I will not, I do not fear. Though the earth changes, though the mountains shake, though the waters roam and roar, there is a place of peace within me. There is a place of power within me. A centered place of deep and abiding spiritual presence. There is within me a spiritual river whose streams make glad the city of God, the holy habitation of the Most High. God is in the midst of me, and I shall not be moved. You know, we can, while living our lives from the larger truth, from the center of our spiritual universe, we can encircle and embrace others, those whom we love, those whom we would heal, even those who seem to reject us, or who we have previously rejected. Remember the words. He drew a circle that shut me out. Heretic, rebel, a thing to flout. But love and I had the wit to win. We drew a circle and took him in. There are those out there who are hurting, who are ill, who misunderstand. Those who weep and cry, and those who gnash their teeth. Those who would draw circles around themselves and shut us out. And there are those who we can reach out to with our hearts, with our thoughts, with our healing words and actions. Those for whom the circle will ever enlarge and willingly embrace. Let us take a moment and do that now. Let us take a moment to draw the circle larger. And in the name of love and peace, let us include everyone, especially ourselves. Bring those people and those situations to mind that you would heal, that you would embrace. Bring them to mind and bless them with your love. Simply bless them. Take a moment now to do that. To bring to mind the faces and the lives and the situations that need your love. And bless them. You can, of course, continue to do this for as long as you would like. But this I want you to remember. You are with God. You have the power. You are the promise. And you, just as you are, make the difference. Thank you. And so it is. So let's chat for a moment. Happy Wednesday. Would be interesting, wouldn't it, Heidi? To simply react and respond only as spirit moves you to. Of course, now that might mean coming off automatic and actually paying attention to what spirit within you is telling you. And not arguing with it, not overriding it, just saying, and in that amount of time, in the time it takes you to take a breath, you can connect and know what is the right thing to do. Yeah, well then there's the schedules and the to-do lists, isn't there? I'd love to love you, but I can't right now. I have 4 more things to check off my to-do list. Jennifer, darling, why do you think you would end up homeless? Would you just give it all away? You have a family to protect. You're not going to do that. You love your family. You love yourself, and your family needs and loves you. So you got to take care of you too. Yeah, I got excited. Yeah, I get that. When we're centered, we're happy where we are, aren't we? We're living in the now. It's good. But that doesn't mean you can't also wish for more or work for more. It doesn't mean that. I hear you saying, I think, that you're not necessarily excited about doing more. You're happy with what you've got. But still, pay attention. Oh gosh, now I'm playing on Heidi's TV. Ha! I love it. Thank you. I haven't figured out how to cast to my TV yet either, Jennifer, so don't feel bad. And we've got a brand new TV, and it should be more centered than it's ever been and more easy to do than it's ever been. And, well, I still haven't figured it out. Yeah. Trust spirit, stay present. It's not as hard. It just takes practice. I think we assume it's going to be hard. How can I concentrate on all the things I need to concentrate and do all the things that I need to do and remember that spirit's at the center of things all the time and right here with me and that everything's okay? But just think of what I've just said, and if we acknowledge, if we know in our hearts that spirit is with us all the time and that everything's okay, isn't that going to make everything better anyway? Isn't that going to take a lot of the pressure off? Isn't that going to give you more time to do the things you want to do? Isn't it? I think it will. Executive project manager, spirit. I think it would be wonderful to put that on a door that leads to a room that is a meditation room. You know, people thinking, I'm going to talk to the executive project manager, open the door, and all that's in there is peace and quiet and a moment to catch your breath and remember that all that there is God and that spirit is with you all the time, no matter what. Just a thought while you're designing rooms. You guys are terrific. I love it. You're just moving right along. Even without me, which is a good thing. While I've got you, let me remind you that Sunday will not be live. But here's my hope, that I can post it at noon. I may have to post it earlier than that, but I can post it at noon, or set it to post at noon. And there'll be an intro, and just like there usually is, and to talk, and then a little bit more talk, stuff, this kind of thing. And I'd love you to take the opportunity to talk to one another about what I've talked about, whether or not it suits you. Do what you want to do. I don't know how long it will go before it cuts me off, but I would think that you could continue to talk to one another for as long as you want, is what I think. Okay? So just for this Sunday, just for this coming Sunday, I double booked myself, is what I did, without paying attention to what I was doing. And I thought, Marlene Morris on demand. Yeah, well, there you go. So I'll be talking to you and with Unity Ventura, and then doing a workshop on tarot cards. Isn't that just fun? If it were just talking to Unity Ventura, even live, I could probably get back here in time if I just rushed out. But the workshop follows. So I think it will be fun, actually, but I'm going to miss you guys so much. You're part of my weekend happiness. So feel free to make whatever comments you make. And if it screws up completely and doesn't come on, know that as soon as I get home and discover that, I will put it up. Do I completely trust the system? But I trust Spirit. So I'm going to know that Spirit's going to want this to work. And let that be. Okay? Okay. Oh, Jennifer, how sweet you are. You know, maybe one of these days I'll do that. I'll just do that. We'll set a date and time, and I can do a tarot workshop for you. I taught it at the local adult learning center for a while, pre-COVID, and loved it. I love teaching it. It's very fun. It's fun to have people connect to it. I love that. So if you'd like that, let me know, and we'll see if we can't set something up. I can do that. Okie dokie. Good for you, Jennifer. What did you get? Oh, you guys, yeah, now you're gonna make me feel good. Wednesdays and Sundays are vital to my connection to the truth. You know, they are for me too. They are for me too. In putting something together to present to you, and in presenting that and in hearing your responses, it keeps me connected too. So thank you. Thank you very much for saying that and for feeling that and believing that. I appreciate it. I appreciate you. Jennifer got the classic rider deck. Yay. That's just the best one to start with. It really is. Now, I've gone overboard, of course, and I guess I've got somewhere around 200 decks now. But see, that's how it started with me. It started with the beauty of the decks and the feeling that I was connected to them and that they were speaking, if you will, to me. And I would just periodically, go to Amazon or one of those places, or one of the specifically tarot sites, and just meander until a card made me go, what's that? What's that? And if it spoke to me, now, sometimes I'll follow one card and then look at the rest of the deck and go, no, not for me. Thank you very much. But all of these are ones that I have, all the ones that I have, and there's a whole thingy of them over here, quickly becoming 2 bookcases. It's a good addiction to have. And my kids can all sell them when I'm gone. I will do that, Heidi. I'll consider teaching the class online. That would be fun, I think. Yeah, good, good thinking, Jen. Good thinking. The the deck that you got was created around the early part of the last century, and it really is the grandpa, if you will, of almost all the decks. That and the Toth deck, both of which are based on even older decks. And there are Italian, it started in Italy, so there are Italian decks that are older yet, and beautiful in their own way. And you can see the similarities, but what A.E. Waite did was pull upon, much as Ernest Holmes pulled upon the golden thread that ran through all religions, so A.E. Waite, I think, pulled upon the similarities in the cards and in the meanings and created the Rider Waite Coleman deck. It goes by lots of names. Rider was the publisher, and A.E. Waite and Pamela Coleman. Coleman did the art. Waite explained to her what he wanted and what he wanted it to look like, and she did the art, which I think is just remarkable. She complained later that she was paid very poorly for the work, but I think she loved doing it nonetheless. So there you go. Okay, so I will work on teaching online tarot class. That'd be very fun to do. Very fun. We just have to figure out when and how. The how isn't too difficult. So, my friends, I just love that image of standing on a platform at the center of the universe. And I'm not usually real good on standing on platforms in the middle of anything. But I love that visualization because I feel so safe there. With the entire universe moving gently, slowly around me, and planets and things of that sort. So I invite you to go there.
Hello?
Go there when you feel you need to connect, when you feel you need to center. Go to that place. And picture yourself standing there and feel the power of it. While it does momentarily leave you feeling quite small, we're none of us all that big anyway. So stand there for a moment and get that it's all the same thing. That whether you're looking out into space as far as you possibly can, or looking within you, you're looking at the same thing. Spirit expressing. And might I add, it has done a jolly good job through you, my friends. So, if you have any prayer requests, please put them in quickly, because I just have been babbling on and we're almost out of time. I'm happy to report that Lynn Tucker, who we have been praying for every week, the friend who had a lung transplant, has gone home from the hospital and is doing great and sounded fine and was breathing and is doing quite well. I'm just thrilled happy. Another friend who lost her beloved pet has found a new one to not replace it, because you can never do that, but to love, just to love. And we're moving right along on prayer requests. Let me tell you, things are really happening quite well. But then you know that, don't you? Don't you? So, what can I be praying for? I'm going to start, because you know me, I just do that. I'm going to start, and if you think of something you want to ask for, just jump in. Otherwise, I can do a great general prayer that will include whatever it is you're thinking about, but didn't ask out loud. Okay? So, close your eyes if that's comfortable for you. If not, just soft focus. If you'd like, focus on the candle behind me. It's a gift from my daughter, so I know it's filled with love. And take a breath, whatever kind of breath your body needs. If it's been a long, hard day, you might want a deep breath. Just relax. If you need to just center, maybe a gentle breath is a better choice. But know with me that God is all there is. And magnificently, my dears, it is all that you are. It is all that there is. If it's all that there is, it must be all that you are. You don't get to opt out of being part of everything. Another breath. Slide into that place where you feel you're on that platform at the center of the universe. Powerful, all-seeing, all-being. And know with me that spirit, being all, is unlimited, as are you, as am I. That spirit, being all that there is beauty and wonder and love and unlimited possibility and unlimited creativity and prosperity and joy, wonder, anything that you can imagine. Spirit is that. And it is so willing, so wanting to be that in you, as you, through you, for your life, for those you love. And so we, in this moment, acknowledge that. We acknowledge that spirit is all that there is, and that which we can conceive, spirit can achieve in us, as us, through us. And as well as all of that, as well as I know that spirit is all that there is, and that it is right now at work in each one of our lives, what I can claim as well are specific things. And so I claim for Jennifer and for Deb, peaceful living environments, peaceful. I know that they can find in their hearts stillness and serenity. And that when they hold that in their hearts, so their environment absorbs it as well. It works from the inside out. And there is no struggle in this. There is only the acceptance of the peace of God that passes all understanding. There it is. There it is. And I know for Heidi, success beyond her wildest imaginings. And fun. And I know that she knows that it's time. That all of her talents and her responsibilities and her work has brought her to this moment, this opportunity, this chance to share with the world the beauty that is in her mind and heart. And so she does. And I know for Dana, peace of mind, peace of heart. Acceptance at a spiritual level. It then creates acceptance at a human everyday level. I know for each of us the realization of our fondest dreams and deepest aspirations. And I know for those that we love the same, joy, fulfillment, happiness. Peace, poise. Whatever power is necessary to create the life of our dreams. I know that because all that there is God and all that we are is God, that which I have claimed is even now taking form and becoming reality. Creation does not wait upon circumstances, but rather dictates them. And I am thankful for the answered prayers of those things that we have spoken of and the answered prayers that have not been spoken aloud. For the answered prayers for those who are within the sound of my voice at any moment. And for the joy and the healing and the awareness of the presence of God that brings. Thankful. Truly, truly thankful. And we let go, and we let that be so. And so it is. We have a closing song. Spirit Move. Oh, I like that. So be sure and go back and click on that and listen to the music, especially chosen just for you. And your familia loves you as well, Jennifer. And Kirk, my darling, hi and bye. I'm glad you're here, even if only for a moment. Listen to the replay. We love you. We pray for you. We find joy in you. I love you, my friends. I will be here virtually on Sunday. And I will check back in and see what you have commented. So if I need to connect, I will. And otherwise, I'll be back here next Wednesday. 7 o'clock. Same bat time, same bat channel. I love you. Go with God. You really can't go any other way. Don't forget to listen to the music. And you have a fabulous week as well.
The number one reason most women fail to treat things like crow's feet, photo aging, and the dreaded